what would you recommend someone walking into your clinic with an acne-based condition to do at the very beginning of their journey? So they're right at the beginning. It's at its most angry. They don't know what to do. What do they do?
The first thing, don't expect a miracle. So following on from what we just said, in terms of like, you'd love to wave a magic wand and that person to walk out of your clinic that day with the best skin they've ever had. But it's having that expectation that it is going to take time. Like, it's like a weight loss journey. It takes time to go through to lose the weight. It takes time for us to work with your skin, to find out what is causing the acne as well, because there's a lot of either environmental factors, genetic factors, hormones that can impact it as well. And the different treatments that we do in clinic is only really 20% of it. 80% of it is what you do at home as well. So it's kind of following what we do as well. And it's having trust in that person as well, because I feel like skin is such a big thing. And like you said, it's on your face. Everyone can see it. You've got to trust the person that's doing and working with your skin as well, because sometimes you might go back to that person and the treatment that you've just had, you've not seen results from, but it's having that faith to stay with that person and be consistent with it as well.
Hello and welcome back to the Face It podcast. I'm your host Jessica, and before we welcome today's guest on the show, I just wanted to update you about some of the features we have on the Faces app. We have got so many features now available to our customers beyond just the consent forms that you're used to. You can access the pharmacy and shop directly from your Faces app. Faces is now a marketplace where we have teamed up with stockists, wholesalers and pharmacies to provide you a platform where you can purchase the industry's leading products all in one place. From prescription drugs to consumables and everything in between, you can browse the store, compare prices and read genuine reviews of the products before purchasing from your preferred stockist. So yeah, definitely check that out on your app. As always, if you like what you hear today and are getting value from my guests, then please hit the subscribe button on YouTube, rate and review on the App Store, leave us a comment, share us with your other practitioner friends, whatever it is, we are really grateful. So thank you. But now it is time to welcome our guest today, Emma Coates from Niche Skin. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, you okay?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks, Emma. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah. I've
Yeah,
already
really
even
well.
asked you that. I ask everyone that.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. It's been a long week, but it's great to have you on the show. Emma, I'm going to kick this off because you're a skin specialist. Can you tell me why you decided to begin your career in skin?
Do you know what? It was kind of a big jump for me. I trained in college doing beauty. Left it, kind of didn't go back to it. I got pregnant very young, and went into a completely different industry in sales. Um, while I was in sales, I continuously suffered with my skin on and off throughout, like through hormones, and there was never really anyone to go to. Like, you could go to the GP and get the pill, and that was kind of just a mask of to help acne. But there was never someone that I'd say I'd go to and they would know just skin. Um, so I kind of retrained, did everything focused on skin, and I just wanted to be a skin clinic where people suffering with the skin or even just not feeling confident in the skin, not to wear makeup. Because I feel like it's such a big thing nowadays. It's like it's because of social media. Like, you just feel like you have to wear makeup everywhere you go, and I don't want people to feel like that. I want people, like, my whole brand motto is feel natural in your own skin. And that's kind of what I wanted Niche to be. Like, just, you can feel confident no matter what you wear, no matter what makeup you've got on your face or not.
Well, you've nailed that branding, because that's the exact impression I got when I looked at your feed. Obviously, for those of you listening, I do a little bit of a deep dive on our guests before they get invited onto the show, and that was one of the standout things about your company. And for someone that also had problematic skin growing up and even into my 20s, it's only very recently, and now my son has the same problem. So it's interesting that you've built your brand and your interest and your expertise off the back of being that client yourself.
It is. I feel like it's hard though, isn't it? Like, I've got a teenage boy as well. He's 15, going through puberty, and when they first start suffering, it is, who do you go to? Obviously, he's lucky because he's got me. But if you've not got a mum in skin, where do you go?
Absolutely. And I think, like you say, that struggle for yourself when you felt like that, that was that driving factor that led you to focus your career in the skin realm. So yeah, congratulations on building that sort of more natural holistic approach to skin, because that's very, very evident in your website, your Instagram, your branding. It is very evident that that is what you do. But what is it about working with the skin that you enjoy so much?
Do you know what? Like the biggest thing is the constant challenge. Like not what. So you can go into a shoe shop and
Mm,
one shoe size fits all, but
mm,
you work with skin and every single skin's different. Like you could literally have a set of twins, but they both have two different skin concerns. And
mm,
you have to, it's a constant challenge. You're never just given the same skin. Even if you suffer with acne, every single acne is completely different and
mm.
it's different trials and different things that you do with it to see results.
I think that's a really good point there, actually, because I think that's, if you think about the general consumer and what information they get given, which is
Yeah.
TV ads and your big brands like Nivea and all that stuff, you are sort of led into thinking that there's this one size fits all product that will be like this miracle that will just transform your skin. And actually, when you are in that position as a client, you quickly realize that's not the case. I
No.
mean, I must have been through so many different creams, pills, potions over the years. I dread to think how much money I've spent. Do you
Yeah.
feel the same way?
Honestly, like I hate it so much. Like, do you know what? I love social media. Like, social media is amazing for businesses. But when I go on TikTok, when I go on Instagram, like constantly you're either recommended something by an influencer, you recommended something as an advert because you've say search something in your phone, and automatically if you're suffering with your skin, you're a prime target because straight away you want something that's going to fix your skin, so you'll buy it straight away, won't you? And it unfortunately something that's right for someone else isn't right for you, but because of the way things are advertised nowadays, you are led to believe that one size fits all.
Mm. Yeah, I think you're totally right, and it's a big money making thing, like you say. It's just all the latest pills, creams, and potions that you throw at it, and it is targeting people that
Yeah.
are vulnerable in a sense. Because I
Yeah.
think you feel very vulnerable when you haven't got particularly great skin, because it's there for everybody to see all the time. Even if you try and mask it with makeup, isn't it? It feels like
Yeah.
everyone's aware, everyone's looking at my skin.
Do you know what? Like people don't actually look at skin as an organ, but it's like your skin's the biggest organ in the body.
Mm,
And because it's not inside your body, people kind of don't sometimes look after it as much.
yeah.
But it's the thing that protects everything in you, and it's just everything. Like I sound like a crazy woman because I go on about it so much, like because
You're
I'm just
passionate. That's a
obsessed.
good thing. You're passionate.
I do sound like a crazy woman at times, but it
Mm,
is just making sure like you don't have to be led by these adverts as long as you know what's right for your skin, which sometimes is hard. It's speaking to people like me that are in the industry or people that are near you in the industry that have that
mm.
knowledge to help you. So hopefully we can save you some money in buying sporadic products from TikTok and Instagram.
I mean, this is it. I mean, we will get onto all this to do with products and things like that. But I think, sometimes you're better to just put that money down and going and seeing someone like yourself and working through the various treatments, rather than just keep picking up the £5 product here, the £10 product there, the 20 odd quid product there. And before you know it, you've spent it more, if not the same amount, and actually got
Yeah.
no results whatsoever when you could have just had a structured plan and approach, to your treatment by seeing yourself. But as I've mentioned, I suffered with hormonal acne terribly for years. I've been on Accutane. I've got a teenage son who's
Yeah.
now going through the same. He's been on Accutane. So you can
Wow.
see incredible results with the natural treatments, and some of your results are incredible, Emma. Like, I was blown away, and I wish I'd have found someone like yourself when I was going through that. And even for my son, I wish I'd have found someone like yourself. What would you recommend someone walking into your clinic with an acne based condition to do at the very beginning of their journey? So they're right at the beginning, it's at its most angry, they don't know what to do. What do they do?
Do you know what? The first thing, don't expect a miracle.
Mm,
So, following on from what we just said, in terms of like, you'd love to wave a magic wand and that person to walk out of your clinic that day with the best skin they've ever had. But it's having that expectation that it is going to take time. Like it's like a weight loss journey. It takes time to go through to lose the weight. It takes time for us to work with your skin to find out what is causing the acne as well, because there's a lot of either environmental factors, genetic factors, hormones that can like impact it as well. And the different treatments that we do in clinic is only really 20% of it. 80% of it is what you do at home as well. So it's kind of following what we do as well. And it's having trust in that person as well. Because I feel like skin is such a big thing. And like you said, it's on your face. Everyone can see it. You've got to trust the person that's doing and working with your skin as well. Because sometimes you might go back to that person and the treatment that you've just had, you've not seen results from. But it's having that faith to stay with that person and be consistent with it as well.
I think that's the key word out of everything you just said, the consistency. Like you say, not expecting immediate results and just being consistent to keep coming back for their appointments. Because it's like, even being on Accutane, you don't just take one pill and it's gone. You have this consistency. You've got to be taking them every day. You have to go for your blood tests. You have to, up your dosages and down your dosages. And, you having it between 3 months and 6 months. And it's, that's, a drug. So when you're doing it holistically and you're doing it topically, then yeah, you've got to be patient and consistent. How long can it take to treat an acne client and start to see some results? Like, do you have a general window where you start to see some improvement?
Do you know what? It could be one of them things like how long's a piece of string.
Yeah.
But no, realistically, as long as someone starts to kind of look at what they're doing at home as well. So when you come into for example, if you came into my skin clinic, we'd go through obviously a consultation. We'd look at kind of your diet, your lifestyle factors, what you use every morning and every night, obviously start to change things like that. We expect to see results at least within the first 8 weeks. The first 4 weeks, some people can see a massive difference, but with some skin products, it takes up to 8 to 12 weeks to actually see that difference in your skin anyway. So you need to be able to be probably looking at least minimum of 8 weeks before you start to see an improvement. Like I said, some people see it straight away, but that is the minority. And I wouldn't want to say, yes, you're going to have one appointment and see an improvement, because unfortunately it isn't the case for everybody.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Do you deal much with younger skin, or do you tend to focus on adults over a certain age?
Mainly do like over 18s. I have recently done a lot of what we call in clinic teen facials, and it's mainly education. So we'll do like a bit of like a basic cleanse, tone, and moisturize, and just talk to them about skin, because obviously social media is so relevant with teenagers nowadays. A lot of teenagers are using more makeup. They're using more acids in the skin product, which when I was a kid, we just used to use that matte mousse.
Yeah.
Was it Rimmel where we had the big orange
No,
line?
it was horrendous. I
Yeah, it was
think we all had
horrific.
it.
Yeah, but now because of obviously social media, everything's out there to buy, and teenagers are buying it and getting into skin a lot earlier than I did. And it is just having that education with them that at 13 you don't need retinol.
No, you really
I
don't.
mean, yeah, I mean it's just educating more than anything. So because a lot of teenagers that we have, because they're interested in skincare, the mum just books them in for a facial. So we just look at educating them, what they're using, and understand why they're using that product. And is it because they know it's doing something for the skin, or is it because someone from Love Island or someone from Big Brother's recently used it and advertised it?
So in your consultations, do you kind of get a rundown of what they're using on a day to day then, and sort of say, give me a list of what you're using and why
Yeah,
you're using it and where you've picked it up from? Because that's going to inform sometimes, isn't it? If that's causing an inflammatory response, a lot of times, especially with acne, it can really, really flare the issue, and rosacea and, skin conditions like that.
yeah. Do you know what? I'm really lucky because a lot of my clients, when they're new, they come in with either a bag full of all the skincare
Brilliant.
products. Yeah.
So
I don't know.
organised.
I don't know whether it's something I say on social media, but they normally like
Must
bring the
be.
bag with them with the skincare products, or they take pictures, and on the phone they've literally got everything that they use.
Brilliant.
And I'll be honest, some of them will lie to me and say, "Do you know what? I don't use makeup wipes," and then we'll be going through a conversation like halfway through the appointment, and they go, "So yeah, when I use my makeup wipes," I'm like, "You didn't
But
mention
you
that
didn't
10
use
minutes
it.
ago." So
Oh.
I feel like I'm a detective at times as well.
Well, you are, you are in a lot of ways because even, if you look at the list of ingredients on a single product, it is investigative work. You're having to work your way through not only their skincare and what might be contributing, you've got to work through their medical history, their genetic
Yeah.
history, have a look at them hormonally, even, down to their gender can have an impact. So all these things before you even come to deciding, okay, let's treatment plan them. So what do you do when you've kind of got to that point? How do you formulate your treatment plan from there?
I'll be honest, it depends on the budget. So
Yes.
that's previously we used to just go through kind of what the best treatment is for people, which we still do now. But unfortunately, because of the cost of living crisis, things have to kind of have took a different turn within our clinic.
Mm,
So it's looking at what's affordable for them.
yeah.
Like we had given we tend to look at like two options with them. We look at kind of the treatment that we'd say would give them the best results the quickest way. Well, not necessarily the quickest way, but the most effective results quicker.
Mm,
But we also look at kind of a long term skin plan with some people as well, but also something that's more affordable and within their budget every month. Because it can be expensive. Like, I'm not going to lie, looking after your skin can sometimes be expensive, but it's like we were saying previously, like if you're buying £5, £10, £20 on different products continuously, if
mm.
you were to work that out together, it'd probably actually equate to a treatment with us in clinic.
It's expensive anyway. We went down the private route for Accutane with my son because to be honest with you, the wait times on the NHS I just couldn't be doing with
Too
it. And
long.
he was suffering now, and it was like, it's bothering him now. It's causing him self-esteem issues now. He's entering GCSE year, so for us, it was, we went down the private route. So we spent lots of money going down the private route. So and maybe if we'd have realised that there were more holistic approaches to that, we'd have put the same amount of money into doing something that's probably a little less invasive. And just sorry to go on a bit of tangent for those listening, but those that are listening, there are serious side effects to Accutane.
Massive,
And
massive side effects.
my son eventually ended up with having to have operations on his feet because he had ingrown nails that were a side effect from the Accutane. And so, it's had a knock-on effect. He had to have, a week off school. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Just if there are people listening thinking that Accutane is like the be all and end all, it isn't. And I just want to say there are really negative side effects to it. So I thought I'd just mention that since it's been mentioned a few
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
Well, literally touching on that, one of my clients, I will never slate Roaccutane because some people have used it and it's been amazing. So I will never ever
Mm.
slate a drug because I've seen it work amazingly. But unfortunately, there are massive side effects with mental health.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
actually a
There are.
program. There's a program by Georgia Toff. I don't know if you've seen it on ITV. And there were suicides on it. One of my clients actually hemorrhaged on it.
Mm.
So as much as it can be an amazing drug in terms of spots and side effects, there are it's a scary,
Yeah,
scary drug.
aside from the acne, once you take that to one side, the list of negatives outweigh the positives actually. So yeah, I think definitely looking at the route that you obviously provide, and please guys, we'll go over how to find Emma in a bit, but it's definitely worth going and having a look at your Instagram because some of the results are amazing, and you're still going to have a journey whether you're on
Yeah.
Accutane or whether you're with you. There is still a journey and there's still a financial input into doing that, isn't there?
And just to say, after you've stopped Roaccutane for 6 months after you've taken that last pill, you
Mm.
cannot have any treatments.
No, and you can't go in the sun either.
No,
There's loads. There's so much
no
stuff, isn't there?
holidays.
Yeah,
No
yeah. There's a
holidays on
lot.
Roaccutane.
There's a lot to that list. But is there a favourite treatment of yours which you feel yields the best results? Like if budget wasn't an issue or anything like that, what is the kind of the go-to treatment that you absolutely love
For acne or for anybody,
for anybody?
microneedling. It's my favourite.
Ah,
I am
okay.
obsessed. Like the results that it's given me. So I previously lost 12 stone about 2-3 years ago. Um,
Wow.
my skin massively dropped. I lost a lot of laxicity. I basically looked like it was just awful.
Yeah.
And microneedling can completely change my skin. It gave me the firmness, the tightness back. There's clients that I've had severe acne scarring with, that
Wow.
we've literally changed the skin and just give them confidence back. And even people that just feel like they look not dull, but they just want something about the skin. Like a
Mm.
lot of people will say to me, I just want a glow. And it's just getting that skin in a collagen cell turnover, which as we get older, your skin stops doing as often. And it's unbelievable. And if it's done correctly, you will get amazing results. But again, obviously, there are things out there that tell you to do it the wrong way. There are some videos on my Instagram. I know you said we'll go there after, but there are some videos on there that show you kind of the ways that it shouldn't be done, and the ways that it can damage the skin. But in terms of transforming the skin, if you find the right practitioner to do it, it is completely transforming.
Do you think, Emma, that it's a bit of an unsung hero, the microneedling?
Massively. Like,
Mm.
microneedling literally changes the skin. Like, it's one of the biggest treatments I offer in clinic.
Yeah.
It's the one that a lot of people want. It's affordable. You see results with it, and you also, because you see those results changing on your skin, it keeps you wanting to have it done. I don't think it's spoke about enough.
No, I
I
don't.
think I think a lot of people talk about fillers and stuff like that, which
Yeah.
obviously I don't really look at because I'm it's not something that I'm passionate about within skin. Um, but microneedling literally can take years off people. It can change skin concerns that people have had like from years, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, I just think it does seem to be like the underdog a little bit in the sort of more aesthetic based world. I know it's skin, but you do find that you tend to swing straight towards filler or
Yeah,
Botox or these other treatments. And I think it's the first time I've had someone be that passionate about it, which so I'm really glad I asked that question now because I'm going to go away and have a look at it for myself a little bit more in
told you
detail.
I'm a skin geek.
Yeah, I love that. And it's good to hear, you know, someone talking about that treatment and, you know, saying how much of a brilliant treatment it really is for people. Do you have a favorite memory of treating a skin client and why is it your favorite?
Do you know what? I won't name her.
Yeah, of course.
She'll know exactly who she is. Um, but basically, 3 years ago, a client came to me. She'd split up with a boyfriend, very low in self confidence because of what she'd been through with the stress of a breakup. She had horrendous acne all over her cheeks, all over her jawline. Um, she was just lacking in confidence. I think when you're a girl and you come out of a relationship anyway, you're not in the best place, and because her skin wasn't in a great place either, that didn't help. Um, I'll be honest, it took her quite a while to trust me.
Mm,
She knew me previously before she came to me as a skin specialist. And she was very much set on just having a deep cleansing treatment every month. I kept telling her, I understand your skin. I know what we need to do. Trust me and let me just go with it, and I will sort your skin. And she was like, I know, I'll be fine. And then after 3 treatments of her letting
wow.
me mither her, we literally started doing some chemical peels. She had massive, like when I say incredible changes with these chemical peels, her cystic acne had literally gone.
Wow.
She's now one of my best before and afters I've ever done. Her skin now is literally, it's, I call her my English rose because
Wow.
she's literally, she's got perfect skin. She's got no scarring. She literally sent me a picture the other day. Actually, it was her 30th birthday the other day. And the picture of her skin, and just, it's the skin confidence it gives people. Like,
Yeah.
I see people go from like the lowest of the low when they first walk through my doors to now she won't ever not have a facial. She doesn't need to have one every month now,
Yeah.
but she's here every single month. She's committed to her skin, and she knows the difference that it gives. And the amount of referrals that she's given me from her friends and family that have
Mm,
seen her transformation is amazing. But I thrive off giving people skin confidence. It's changing the skin, but it's also giving them the confidence to go and live the best life. Like, it doesn't matter that you've just split up with your boyfriend. Like, you're going to have the
mm.
best life ever, and it'll probably be the best thing that's ever happened to you.
I don't think again, you know, I don't you say that about facials, and it's not something I'd ever really considered till very recently. And I had my first facial, and it was like a light bulb switched on. It was really weird. It was the best thing I'd ever had. And I think we associate facials with older women in their
Yeah.
40s and 50s, you know, sort of
In a
getting towards
spa.
that phase
Yeah.
in a spa. We don't associate it with, you know, a young teenage lad coming in and having a facial.
No.
We just don't associate. I didn't associate it with me. I just thought of it like it was my mother-in-law and my mum would go for one. So I just never considered it, which sounds wild to say that. Now I've been through it and I know how brilliant they are. So I suppose really it's around the education piece for you guys to make it
Yeah.
so people understand
Like,
how
do you
effective
know
they
what? I
are.
have my fella. Like,
So do you think that it's, quite important for you to educate your clients, of all ages, how amazing facials really are?
massively. Like, that's why I was saying before we start, like, in the teen facials, and it is just that education piece. Again, going back to social media, because things are so easily accessible nowadays, it's too easy to find something that wouldn't work for your skin. But it's just educating people on what can work for the skin, doing like daily things that can help your skin, and just building that awareness piece with everybody.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a really important part, like you say. I mean, I could literally talk skin with you for hours. But I think I'll hop ahead to a couple of questions ahead now. Are there any no-nos in at-home skincare? Like the one thing that you tell all your clients to stop?
So I don't tell them to stop, but my biggest thing is retinol. So it's not something I tell people to stop, but it's just not used correctly.
Mm,
If retinol's used correctly, it's amazing and it completely can transform your skin and give you amazing results. But if you use too high a strength, it can cause skin irritation and it can actually cause your skin barrier to break. But it can also
mm,
cause acne breakouts as well. So if you're not using the right product, it's not going to be right for your skin. So it can be anything, but my massive thing is retinol. I just If you're going to start using retinol, speak to a skin specialist first. Don't just buy it off the shelf, or even if you're going to buy medical grade, just make sure you're speaking to someone with a knowledge on their skin, a knowledge on background about retinol and what it can do for the skin. And also ask yourself, why do you want to introduce retinol to your skin, like your skin plan? Is it something that you've read about? Is it something that you've seen on a video and you think it'll work for
mm.
you because it's worked for them? Just don't. One tip would be with retinol, don't think that going in at the highest strength straight away is going to change your
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah, it could cause so much damage, like you say, even to the skin barrier. It could cause like a year's worth of trying to fix it, and that's what happened to my husband actually.
Oh,
He was put,
really?
yeah, he went to see someone, and he was put on this course of treatment. It was high azelaic acid, and basically it was too high for his skin, and he kept applying
Wow.
it. He kept applying it, and in the end, he damaged his skin barrier so badly, it took him a year to fix it. He'd have red hot
Wow.
flushing just for no reason at all. His face would just sting constantly. He constantly looked like he had, some sort of illness on his face because he was so red raw. And it took 6 months to fix his skin. And they put him on Accutane in the end. He went to see a specialist, and in the end, they put him on there
Wow.
to fix it, and it did fix it. But it was like a long journey. So, yeah, word of warning out there, guys. Any of the acids, even the azelaic acids and all of that
Be
stuff, just be
careful.
really careful. Yeah, don't just whack them on. And do your research on your skin specialist as well, because he went in for Botox and he came out he came out with this whole skin kit, and I think because it was over £100, we assumed it was clinical grade, really high quality stuff, like it was gonna fix his skin, like we were promised the world. So like you were saying about being really careful about what you promise, we were promised the world, and it could not have been further from what he ended up going through. So yeah, I think do your research, make sure you're seeing someone who really loves and obsesses the skin and really knows what they're doing with the skin. I think that's really, really important.
100%. There's so many like in Manchester, especially, there's so many skin clinics out there, but make sure you do your research on who you're going to and make sure it's someone registered, they're insured, and they know what they're talking about.
Massively, because like you say, it's the biggest organ, and for some reason we just don't take skin that seriously at all until it goes wrong. So like
Yeah,
you say, when you've got someone who's got a skin condition, or someone like my husband who ended up with a damaged skin barrier, and then to suddenly go through that, then you suddenly realize how important your skin is when it's not going well.
100%.
So what skincare do you recommend to clients? Does it need to be clinical grade? Do they need to spend an absolute arm and a leg on, top-notch, high-quality skincare, or are there things on the market that people can use at home that isn't going to cause any issues or damage?
Do you know what? It's always going to be a massive thing in the skin industry. Does it have to be medical grade? Does it not?
Mm,
I personally like medical grade. It's got, obviously, like we were saying, it has a stronger acid quality. It gives you better penetration within the skin, but not everybody's got that budget.
mm,
It doesn't have to be hundreds of pounds. Like there's products that I use with my clients that because of their budget, it's not medical grade, but it still gives amazing results. There's a skin purifier by Clinisoothe that I am absolutely obsessed with that is literally 14, £15 and it protects, clears and helps with acne sufferers, but also dry skin. But one of the biggest things, I'll be honest, is whether it's clinical grade or not, is having a consistent skincare. Like
mm.
doing your cleansing, toning, your moisturising consistently morning and night, because unless you've got that down to a T, you're not going to see results anyway. You could literally use whatever you wanted, but unless you're doing it
Yeah.
morning and night, you're not going to see any results.
Yeah, it could
And
have gold flecks in it, couldn't it? And it wouldn't make a shred of
no, it will make
difference.
a difference.
Yeah.
But it's like we said before, it's that consistency that gives you the key and to using cleansing, toning, and moisturising. And also, do you know what? You could buy clinical grade at first because it's going to work wonders. But again, it's going back to that cost of living crisis. Is that something that's going to be consistent for you to buy month in, month out if it works? And if it's not, you need to take a step back and look at what is affordable for your skin and is going to work for your skin that you can consistently use morning and night without questioning what you're doing.
Mm. And it goes back again to that, affordability measure. Do you have payment plans and finance options in Clinic, Emma, so that people can look at ways that they can finance a more long-term plan? Because I would imagine that would be really beneficial to your business.
Yeah, so we offer finance treatments within clinic. So people can obviously look at doing a payment plan with us to pay for the treatments. Obviously, it's something I can't encourage people to do because it is a financial agreement, but it gives them that option that if you did want to look at something with us, you can do a finance option so that you've got that chance to change your skin if you didn't have the funds straight away.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like you say, for larger treatments or more long-term treatments, I think, a lot of people would be looking to maybe split those payments up or finance it in some other way. And then you get that consistency because they've done that. And I think sometimes people overestimate how much they can afford, and they think, oh, I can stick to this more expensive plan. And actually life happens. Something goes on the car or the washing machine blows and then they
Yeah.
can't stick with the plan. And so sometimes splitting it into smaller payments is a better way, and then they can maintain that consistency and actually get to the end of their treatment plan. Um, sort of coming towards the end, I think, Emma. I mean, I literally could talk to you all day. It's such an interesting topic, and we don't get enough of it on this show. Which I think we'll definitely have to have you back at some point. Um, but what is one of the more difficult types of skin to help? Are there skins that are a little bit more tricky? And has there been a time where you've been unable to provide the support that you really, really wanted to for whatever reason?
You know what? Yeah, it's going back to what we just said.
Yeah.
Um, One of the biggest reasons people don't complete the skin treatments is life throws obstacles in your way. And you think you can commit to a certain expense each month.
Mm,
And unfortunately, for whatever reason, you can't be consistent. And that's kind of where they're kind of the only people that I've never been able to get to the end goal with. And
mm.
it's disheartening for me because kind of when someone comes on a skin journey with me, I'm very invested. Like you'll find me in your inbox like every 2 days going, "Hi, how's your
How are you
skin?"
getting on?
I'm like that little meerkat like that just pops up to people constantly. Because it isn't just like a money making thing for me. Like obviously I'm in the business to make money. I'd be lying if I said I didn't do my job to earn money. We've all got bills to pay at the end of the day. But
Of
I am
course.
passionate about people getting results. I wouldn't be in this industry if I just wanted people to pay for a treatment and walk away. And that's kind of the thing that stops people getting the results. And that's what disheartens me because they can't get to the end of their journey. And obviously, I know how much they wanted to do it, but
And
because
you
of
can get them
funds,
there eventually. So it's
yeah.
frustrating, isn't it? Because you can see the end goal and it's just there, just in their eye line, but you just can't quite get them there.
Do you know what? If I could set up a skin charity, I actually would. Like, because I would literally treat people all day for free.
But you
And but
never
I
know,
just
Emma. You never know one day. You never know. These things happen.
Just need someone to pay my bills. Let someone pay my bills, and then I'll just crack on and change everyone's skin.
That kind of brings me on to actually ambitions and stuff like that. You've got a skin training academy and stuff now. You do courses, don't you? Is that right? Can you explain some of the
Yeah.
courses and let us know what you offer, what training you do?
So one of the courses we offer is an ultimate beginners course. So not necessarily everyone's got a skin background. So on our ultimate beginners course, we basically teach people about treatments that you can do, but also the background behind it. Because I think there's a lot of courses out there where you can just go in and learn how to do a treatment, which is amazing because you can add that treatment to your portfolio.
Mm,
But do you know actually how to treat a skin condition and a skin concern? Because if someone walks through your door with, say, acne, yeah, you know how to do a treatment, but do you know what treatment is going to work and help them? So it's kind of, we like to teach the education behind it in terms of why would you treat a client with this treatment? What benefits are they going to get? How is it going to change the skin? We also train existing skin practitioners, so people that are again looking to add skill sets on and
brilliant.
new treatments, and also talk to them about kind of how they can add this treatment into what they already do and how it can benefit the clients as well to give them better results as well.
Amazing. I think, you've written your training around the bits that you're really passionate about, clearly, which is going to just shine through in your training anyway. And so tell us where can people find that training? How can they access it?
So you can find it through my Instagram on my website. So we've got. Do you want me to even give my Instagram handle? Like,
Absolutely.
what do I
Yes,
do?
please. Yeah, give us
Honestly,
your
we don't.
Instagram.
You don't promote yourself enough. So as soon as someone asks you, it's like, oh. But literally, it's niche underscore skin on Instagram. You can visit our website www.nicheskin.co.uk and find everything on there as well. And literally just pop us a message. I think that's the biggest step that you can do either with your skin or with a course. Send that message and just start the
Mm.
conversation.
Just get the ball rolling. And yeah, just for those listening, if you've not been and had a look at niche skin, you definitely should. If you're in the skin game, go and have a look at some of the results that Emma's getting and turning out of her clinic there. If you're a client, fantastic opportunity to take up and go and see Emma. If you're not a client and you are someone that works in it and you want some training, probably a really good person to get some training from. So thank you so much, Emma. We're going to wrap it up, and I probably could go on for another hour, but would love to have you back at some point, maybe in a year's time when you've done some more training and we've got some new things to talk about. So thank you so much for coming on the show.
No worries. Thank you for having me. See you later.
Thanks, Emma. Bye.